Okay, so one of the things that we talked about earlier was committing ourselves to massive action. And we've talked about differentiating ourselves and the batten down the hatch strategies. What we want to be doing in this market is amping up in a big way the amount that we're communicating with our clients. In fact, I'll tell you about a study real quick. This was done by a group called the VIP Forum. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually find them at vipforum dot something. It might be .com or .net. It might even be .org. But what this is a think tank that studies the way the affluent and ultra affluent want to interact with their financial advisors and trusted advisors of all types. And one of the things that they did a few years ago was a survey that asked, how often do you want to hear from your primary provider of financial goods and services? And the number may astonish some of you. The answer was 27 times a year. That's more than on average every other week. And with private coaching clients, financial advisors that I worked with, one of the things that I've noticed is, and I've got them all across the spectrum. I've got some financial advisors who are having their best year ever, and in October and November of '08, they were having their best months ever. In fact, several of them set records back to back. And one of the common threads of uncommon performance was I noticed that the advisors that were doing extremely well had significantly amped up the amount of contact that they were having with their clients. So let's talk a little bit about some different contact strategies. Number one of the things that you can do is to have constant updates. Think CNN and the Weather Channel during a bad storm or during breaking news. If the market were to fall off the table again, the very best thing you can do is significantly multiply the number of contacts that you're using. Number two, we want to use some strategies where we're marketing one to many. I know it's a daunting task to sit down there and call through hundreds of clients to give them an update. We want to look at some strategies where we can get them all in the room or all in the phone or all in an internet room, kind of like we have here, and broadcast a single message to many, many different people. Next, we want to use the annual review campaign. And this is one of the most powerful, perennial, evergreen campaigns that I've ever seen. In fact, when I was an advisor, I was running it back in the early 90s. When I moved into management, we were always running it in every office that we ran. And I've had some advisors that I coach who have never stopped running this particular campaign. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Next, we want to always have an opinion and be able to make a recommendation. And that is not batten down the hatches and hold tight. We want to have an opinion that will move them forward, move the ball down the field, move the clients into specific action. And finally, we want to use referral strategies. We want to recognize that this is a phenomenal time to be gaining referrals from our clients, that your clients are looking for people to be able to refer their friends and family members to. And in some cases, if you're not delivering the type of service that you should be, they're looking to be referred. So we'll talk about that as well. Let's talk about marketing one to many and some of the different ways that you can do that. Now, in saying this, I want you to know that there is no substitute for good, personal, face-to-face contact. And certainly we want to be amping up the number of individual face-to-face appointments that we're having with our clients right now. But there's other ways that we can increase our touches and our quality touches so that we're having a bigger impact with a larger number of people more quickly. Strategy number one, let's use newsletters and emails, particularly if you're with a firm who has already got some off-the-shelf compliance-approved resources that you can use. Number two, teleconferences. This is a phenomenal opportunity for you to leverage your vendor partners. If you've got individual money managers that you work with, or different mutual fund companies or variable annuity companies, they've got experts on staff who will be only too happy to get on the telephone with you and be able to deliver a message. I was running an office after 9/11 in 2001, and one of the strategies that we immediately deployed was starting to hold teleconferences with high-profile, well-known money managers, and we were literally doing 3 or 4 of these a day, so that our advisors always had lots of options to be able to reach out to their clients and talk about different subjects, and it had a dramatic impact on our ability to continue to move forward in our goals. Strategy number 3, workshops. If you, for example, are going to suggest to your clients that retirement income planning is a good idea, or that they should add some commodities or real estate to the portfolio, having small little targeted workshops around that specific strategy is a phenomenal way to market one-to-many. Or if you've got a favorite money manager that you want to introduce to your client, small workshops are a great way to do that. Shareholder service meetings are also good. And the difference between these and any other type of public meeting is they're typically focused around a specific investment vehicle that you've maybe sold a lot of, and bring somebody in from that particular group, just like you would if you were a publicly traded company. Talk about what's going on inside the fund and what are some good complementary strategies that people ought to be able to consider. Next, we want to look at seminars in general. The advisors that I work with that are using seminars right now say they are filling these seminars to the rafters. And there's lots of good subjects that you can have those on, but if you've never looked at that as a business model, maybe something that you want to consider right now. And finally, remember, all of these events are phenomenal referral catalyst events. If you've got a client who is interested in introducing you to somebody, this is a great way for them to kind of try you on for size, learn a little bit about your philosophy, what you're doing for clients. And if you've got great client relationships, you're going to have all of these people in a room, and the only thing that they're going to have in common is you. And oftentimes your clients will become your best salespeople of your practice, and they'll do all of the sellings with you, with your prospects. So let's talk a little bit about the annual review campaign. And a lot of people, when I first introduce them, they say, sitting down and reviewing the portfolio, it's a waste of time. I really don't want to do that. Well, what makes this unique is we're looking for 5 specific outcomes in the annual review campaign, and it's very targeted. We structured in such a way that the only people that you're sitting down with right now are predisposed people who are looking to take action in their portfolio. And we're looking for 5 outcomes. Number 1, we're looking for new money that we can invest today. Dollars that we can put to work inside your client's portfolio that will generate a commission. Number 2, if they've got relationships with other advisors who have dropped the ball, who have battened down the hatches, why not ACAT them over and move that money here? Those are seeds of future revenue that you'll be adding to your book down the road. Number 3 is doing a trade in the portfolio, even if it's not going to generate a commission today, because it will get them back in line with their goals and objectives. And finally, a referral from your client or a referral of your client. If you're interested in exploring this, depending on what channel you're in, I've got 2 resources for you. You can grab a copy of the annual review campaign at BIPA, Bank Investment Professionals Association.org, or the Advisor Business Institute. Sign up for the $1 test drive, go in and grab the annual review campaign, and you can put it to work in your practice right now.